Haxan! You're a witch, Brandon! Haxan! This is like a metal band or something from the 80s. Haxan! We watched Haxan.
Over 2 days.
Over 2 days, yeah. We had some internet problems. So this video is actually coming out a day late. It was supposed to be on the 8th, but today's the 9th.
Today's the 9th.
So, sorry guys. You blame Comcast.
Yes.
Looking at you, Comcast. What's the subtitle of this movie? Witchcraft?
Witchcraft Through the Ages.
Yeah. And you can find it anywhere. If you didn't watch it for this, you can find it anywhere.
Yeah, it's
online.
Public domain.
I recommend it.
Yes.
Because I loved it.
It's pretty awesome.
It was pretty great. We watched it on Hulu. We watched the Criterion version. So, yeah, nice res, nice ups.
Yeah.
Res and all that stuff. New modern score. And, well, of course, the same music they used in the original movie, but re-recorded for that edition. Boy, where did we start?
I don't know.
I liked. It's really, yeah. I don't know how to explain it. It's probably one of the first documentaries. It came out in 1922. So I mean, working with like 3 or 4 years there when film was actually viable as an artistic medium. So it chronologized Witchcraft Through the Ages. And at first, by the end of the movie, I was actually surprised that it actually had a message. By the end of the movie, actually, it was trying to do something.
Yeah.
Through watching the movie, I was confused. At first, I thought it's a history book, so they're basically
just going to say this is what happened, this is how it did it.
This is what people
leave
thought.
Leave it at that.
Yeah. But then it started getting confusing to me because they would present it as kind of a history book version of what witch hunts were like in the Crusades. But then it would kind of suggest that it was real. Like they would show like the devil. Boy, did they ever show some this crazy ass stuff. So that's why I was starting to get it kind of like I don't know what they're like all over the place. I'm not really sure what's going on here. But by the end of the movie, it's like, oh, there's actually a social commentary involved with the with how women were treated in the 1920s. Yeah,
but still kind of a victim of being in the 1920s because it's kind of like women are hysterical, and it's not their fault, but.
No, I didn't read it quite that way. I don't think. I kind of read it in the sense that hysteria is the new witchcraft. Isn't that women are persecuted and blamed for being hysterical? But what is that? It's not. They didn't really.
I think that was because they didn't really do anything with it. That they were just kind of like. They were just kind of saying you're not witches, you're just hysterical.
Yeah, so I guess I didn't think of that. Maybe it's just the way I kind of unwrapped it in my head. But when they're talking about how instead of burning people at the stake, now we just send them to insane asylums and stuff like that. So to me, I read it as we still treat women very shitty, and we find out we're just finding it's devil by another name. So it's just that we're finding another excuse.
I can definitely see it that way.
To just be shitty to women.
Yeah.
Just because men don't understand them. Blame you, women. What do you think? I've been doing a lot of talking.
No, I really liked it. For me, it was just kind of the insanity of it that
the movies,
just
crazy.
I wouldn't necessarily consider it a horror movie.
No, but there's some visuals.
Oh yeah, because at one point I was like, it's kind of like the first bondage film ever made. Like, there's some weird like when that one priest is whipping the other priest, and he's like, "Wait, don't stop! I'm still sinning."
A little kinky in parts.
Like my one actress wanted to try out the thumb.
Oh, the thumb thing,
clamp, and
device.
It was there's definitely some interesting what today would be considered, a fetish. Happening in there.
Absolutely. This is before Freud, though, so I guess it wasn't.
Probably right around.
Yeah, I don't know my history.
I think right around.
Chronology is not very good for me.
He had to have been near there, because I think hysteria was definitely a Freudian type thing. So, but I'm not a psychology major.
No, nor am I. I thought the art production in this movie was incredible. The art direction. I mean, it reminded me of Captain Dr. Caligari in lots of ways.
Yeah. Not quite as surreal and abstract, but
not as abstract, but I would say surreal.
Well, yeah, but I meant like the crazy. There's not
the crazy, not the weird, like distorted environment,
horizons.
No, not that kind of stuff. But as far as there's a lot to look at. There's a lot to take in a lot of those scenes, especially the ones that are depicting just. Witchcraft, if witchcraft were real, what it would look like. Yeah. I thought some of it was really cool, and frankly, I think that might be a lost art today. Some of that stuff, a lot of the practical. I mean, it was 1922. Everything's a practical effect, but the way that it was, I don't know, constructed. I use the word constructed a lot. I'm searching for a better word, but just the way that the art direction was amazing. It was amazing. Some images I'm sure not to forget anytime soon. Yeah. Just that devil.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Favorite scene or scenes?
Why don't you go first?
Okay, I've got. That's why I said scenes because I.
Well, actually, then why don't I go first? Because I have scenes as well.
Yeah.
But mine's easy to describe.
Okay.
My favorite scenes, plural, were anything involving the devil.
Okay, well, yeah.
Pretty much every time the devil was in a scene, it would just get batshit crazy. Yeah. And just so bizarre and hilarious, and he's just like...
Yeah. This is literally from Kiss or something. This is Gene Simmons as the devil.
Yeah, it was just... He's a mischievous character.
Yeah.
And, I appreciate him for that.
That's I think it was kind of funny. He wasn't menacing. He was just kind of missing. Oh, you're right. He's not really.
He's more of a trickster than
actual
devil.
Evil. The people were evil and the devil.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree. That kind of falls into what I was just talking about with the art direction. Because anytime that he pops up in a scene, that's when things, like you said, get really crazy.
Yeah.
And that's when the production's at its best. Because, man, there's some crazy stuff in that movie. I have a lot of favorite scenes. I like it. This is one so basically we split up in 2 days. It's kind of hard to remember everything, like when we saw it.
Yeah.
Yesterday we saw a scene in the first half of the movie where the old lady's giving birth to devil children. And there's she's like this long skirt or something. They have her propped up. There's people crawling out from under it.
Yeah.
And these crazy costumes. One of them kind of looked like Creature from the Black Lagoon. That was awesome. And today, my favorite scene, but easily, probably my favorite scene in the whole movie, is when the nuts go crazy.
The nuns.
That's a nuts.
Yeah, he said nuts. When the nuns go nuts.
Well, let's go. They're nuts also.
Yeah.
The nuts, I mean, by definition, nuts are crazy. The scene in the nunnery, get the two nunnery, in the convent, where they're tripping balls, basically.
Yeah. They just start dancing.
Well, that's the thing. Devil shows up, and then they start dancing. Then when they cut to one lady who's just screaming, standing still, just screaming at the top of her lungs. Then they cut back to everyone else, just kind of doing this Irish jiggy thing.
Yeah.
It was so. I didn't know. If I were to have nightmares, it'd be that scene because I can't make any sense of it. I don't know what's happening. They stabbed the cookie.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's supposed to be.
It's the wafer.
Yeah. Go see it if you like film. If you like movies, if you like classic cinema.
Yeah,
cinema in general.
It's pretty awesome.
Film. You must see this. It's pretty great. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yes.
It is what it is. It's a silent movie. You gotta preface it with that. It's 1922, obviously. But definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth it. If you're impatient with those kinds of movies, I know some people just...
This one doesn't feel
That's us. I mean,
bad though. Yeah. But then, no, I'm the same way with silent film. Like I tend to about an hour or so in, kind of just get a little bored with it and a little frustrated. And this one, like when the internet crapped out on us last night, it was right around. It was like 58 minutes, and I was kind of like, "Come on!" You know, because I wanted to keep going. So.
Maybe it's because they have it cut into vignettes.
It could be.
There's like 7 different scenarios that they go through. Each one's, even though they have common actors,
right?
Each one's different. Someplace different. I was kind of nervous at first watching it because
it was just pictures.
It was just pictures for like the first
from books. Like,
scene,
this person depicts this thing, and it would just be.
It seemed like it was like old school PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah,
it was like, what am I?
Although there was that really cool kind of constructed.
Anytime they started doing the kind of like the paper animation stuff, that stuff was kind of neat.
That was really cool.
Yeah, especially with they had a map of the universe and the Earth in the middle.
Yeah, and it was like
the spheres around it. They would spin it, and like the sun was like flickering and stuff. And that was kind of neat. It was really well done. Like I said, lost art crap. How many people can do that nowadays? But yeah, no. I'm not crafty at all.
I was going into silent film mode.
Oh, you're going silent. That'd be. Oh, you gave me an idea for a future project. But yeah, I was kind of nervous at first. Like, this is going to be the movie. The movie is no.
Yeah, well, I knew that eventually they started showing like depictions and stuff like that. Yeah.
Also, must say that. You say it's not scary. It's not, but you start thinking about
the
reality of the situation.
Oh, yeah. And there's, like you said, there's some pretty stark images. There's
some stark imagery, and for me, probably the most effective part as a horror movie, to me, was when they're showing the different torture devices.
Yeah.
Because those are real torture devices. This isn't Saw. Right? Basically, you just make up the most crappy thing you can possibly think of. People use these on other people.
Yeah.
And looking at what they were intended to do, like the thumb thing, I mean, the scene was kind of funny. Oh,
yeah.
I cannot imagine. I'm not a finger. Like, I hate when fingers stuff get, like, fingernails get in the mouth. Like, the worst thing in the world to me. But some of those things are like I've seen all those devices before, from history class and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Actually seeing them, like, in video, like, there they are. They're reconstructed. It's kind of like, ooh, icky. Go see it. Tomorrow we're watching
People Under the
Stairs. Yeah, another.
Hopefully,
if our internet doesn't crap out. It's streaming on Netflix.
And technically today.
Yeah, actually, it's for today. Yeah, because we're a day behind now because of Comcast.
Haxan.
Those witches at Comcast, hysterical witches. So People Under the Stairs, another Wes Craven classic, I would call it. Cult classic for sure. Mm-hmm. Streaming on Netflix. Find it other ways. If we can't watch it streaming, I might buy it because I really like that movie. So why not buy it? And I think we're going to sign off. The end.
See you in a few hours, hopefully. I bet it's Snoot.
I know. Snoot! You'll get that if you saw the movie.